Okay then, week 9 of the Overwatch League sees us return to Hawaii for the June Joust and its very final chapter. And, well, we unseen some teams we did not expect at the June Joust finals. I think we can all agree with that, and once again, because it's in Hawaii, these times are going to be brutal for you EUers if you want to watch it live. However, there are plenty of encores, so please don't fret about your tokens for that lovely, beautiful Widowmaker skin that we've got for the June Joust. It's going to cost you a sweet 200 League tokens. Make sure you pick that one up. It is, in my opinion, better than the May one we got for May. Anyway, at least it's not a tongue twister this time. It's a really good skin. I like it, and I think it's a great addition to your Overwatch collection, especially as Overwatch is expanding to cross-play in some time in the future. Anyway, that's for another video. June Joust. So we're gonna see New York Excelsior, Atlanta Reign, Dallas Fuel, and Shanghai Dragons. Two people who are repeat occurrences from the May Melee, and two newcomers. So these will start on technically Friday for EUers. It is Thursday, I believe, for you NAers. So these are going to start fairly soon. And it's going to be so interesting. It's going to be so interesting. I'm really interested to see how these teams work out and go off against each other. I think in a lot of people's minds on paper, there is a clear weakest team and perhaps even a clear strongest team. But the other two, they're kind of a little bit hard to judge. But let's go through this then and see what we're going to see over this weekend. See what we're going to see? Take a look at what we're going to see over this weekend. So, I can speak English, trust me. I know people who are not English who can speak better English than me. It's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, so Friday, June the 11th at 2 AM British Summer Time, so that's somewhere in the region of 9 PM for the lovely people in America EST time. New York Excelsior taking on the Atlanta Reign. So these are the two newcomers that I referred to. New York Excelsior scraped in by the skin of their teeth, but they did, however, beat the Hangzhou Spark, which is nothing to be sniffed at all. That is a very good team to be knocking out of the competition, and therefore, New York thoroughly deserve their place in this June Joust. However, they're going up against Atlanta Reign. Last week, to get to this tournament, they went 6-0, and it was against the Boston Uprising, and it was against the San Francisco Shock. Not only that, they thoroughly pummeled the Shock, and therefore, in this match, my gut feeling is that Atlanta Reign go into this as favourites. New York, they're a young team, and they're not going to be used to this sort of scenario, whereas this Atlanta Reign squad, yes, some of them are new, but some of them are going to have a little bit of leftover memories from Atlanta Reign being in other tournaments, being in those high-pressure scenarios. New York are very much the inexperienced squad here, with only Jonak and Ivy with the proper experience of knockout at this level, and that worries me to an extent. But again, they're an underdog. New York Excelsior are by far an underdog here, and sometimes underdogs are just that. They get pummeled and out they go. However, sometimes they can really do some extraordinary stuff, and I'd love to see New York do that. I don't think it's going to happen, however, so I am going to predict a 3-1 victory for the Atlanta Reign. I could see it as a 3-0, but I don't really see Excelsior getting much more than that. I think Atlanta Reign are a little bit too good, especially if they can carry on the performance that they showed last week. However, if Atlanta Reign fall back into their ways previously, then it could be a little bit brutal for Atlanta. But I don't expect them to do that. They look too good. The meta's too comfortable for them. So I think they're going to be able to see off the New York Excelsior pretty handily here. So after that, at around 3:30 AM BST, yes, I know, lovely timing. Lovely timing. So that's about 10:30 PM EST, something like that. Dallas Fuel taking on the Shanghai Dragons. So this is a rematch. We saw this twice in the May Melee, I believe. Once in the winners final and once in the grand final. In the winners final, I believe it was a 3-2 to Dallas Fuel. And then in the grand final, I believe it was a 4-2 to Dallas Fuel. So currently, Dallas Fuel are unbeaten against Shanghai this season. Do I expect it to change? I don't expect it to change. However, I do think both teams are extremely high caliber. Shanghai are definitely improving. And that says something for a team that was all doing fairly well. and now they're starting to really run with it. It's impressive to see, and it's off the back of really insane step-ups from the likes of Ligue Gon and people like that. What we saw Ligue Gon do against Seoul Dynasty to get to this point is just insane. So we can rule Shanghai out of winning this one. We certainly can. This is going to be a super interesting match. I'm going to predict a 3-2 for Dallas, simply because I think Dallas's in-game adaptation and ability to just stunt teams at times. They no matter what they do, their aggression just stunts teams. And Shanghai have a lot of information to work off of. Definitely. But so have a lot of teams. So did Shock. So did all these teams that come up against Dallas. There's plenty of VODs now from earlier in the season where people can analyze the Dallas Fuel and counteract them. However, in the grind, like we saw against the Gladiators to get to this point for the Fuel, in the grind, Fuel clutch it out. They grind out wins, which is an incredible characteristic of a team like this. And I think they're going to do it again. I do think, actually, all of the Fuel's matches are going to be close in this June Joust. I think that. But I still do think, especially in this one, Fuel come out on top. However, I could also see another arc where Shanghai win, Dallas drop to the losers bracket, and then run it back. I could also see that happening, which would also, most likely, mean a rematch against Shanghai. So, in fact, actually, it would certainly, providing Dallas get through. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about, but, you know, that's the way I see it. And, I mean, I'm going for a Dallas Fuel 3-2 win, but it's going to be a close match. It's going to be so close. Right, so later in the day, on the Friday, we will see the encore matches. So this is 5:30 PM BST for the New York Excelsior versus the Atlanta Reign match. I believe that is somewhere in the region of 12:30 PM EST. I might be wrong. So that's for the New York Atlanta match. And straight after, so 7 PM BST-ish, that will be translated to around 2 PM EST, Dallas Fuel versus Shanghai. These matches will be live. Well, not live, but these matches will be replays. But you will get tokens for them. You will get your rewards for them. So you don't miss out. And make sure you do them, because obviously, again, that Widow skin. Don't want to miss out on it. Especially if you're a skin collector. Like me. Smile. Anyway, moving on after that. So then we come into the next batch of matches. There's 3 matches on the Saturday. The first match, which will be at 2 AM BST on the Saturday, so that'll be 9 PM on the Friday EST, something like that. The first match will be the winners bracket round 2. So it will be the winner of New York Excelsior versus the Atlanta Reign versus the winner of Dallas Fuel versus Shanghai. And so, I predicted this to end up being Atlanta Reign versus Dallas Fuel. My prediction for the result of that would be a 3-2 for Dallas Fuel. I think they would clutch it out in the end. Again, I keep reiterating this fact. Then the loser of that goes down to the losers bracket round 2. And then the winners of that go through to the grand final straight away. At 3:30 AM BST, so that's approximately 10 PM on the Friday EST, we will see the first elimination bracket round. So this will be between the losers of New York Excelsior versus Atlanta Reign versus the losers of the Dallas Fuel versus Shanghai match. This, in my predictions, is New York Excelsior versus the Shanghai Dragons. I would predict this as a 3-1 for the Shanghai Dragons. I think the Shanghai Dragons would have way too much for the New York Excelsior, and they would move on to the elimination bracket round 2. This match then takes place straight afterwards. 5 AM BST, so that's what? At midnight in EST on that Saturday. So this in my predictions is, that's 9 PM PT by the way. This in my predictions is Shanghai versus Atlanta. I think this would be incredibly close, but I think Atlanta would clutch it out. So, yeah, no, I think Shanghai would clutch it out. I'm predicting a 3-2 for Shanghai. I'll get there in a minute. I'm just Papega. So, I still think Shanghai have got that little element of clutch factor. So, I think they would win. But Atlanta are going to give this an almighty good go. and I really can't count them out. I really can't. So yeah, keep an eye on this Atlanta Reign squad. But then the on-call matches come up on the Saturday. So 5:30 p.m. BST will be the winners bracket round 2. 7:30 p.m. BST will be the elimination bracket round 1. And then 8:30 p.m. BST will be the elimination bracket round 2. By this time, we will know our finalists. And that will take place on the Sunday, BST 2 a.m., that is 9 p.m. EST, that is 6 p.m. Pacific time, for our June Joust Grand Final. And in my predictions, this is Dallas Fuel versus the Shanghai Dragons once again. I would predict this time a little closer, with it being 4-3, because I think Shanghai will learn more, but I don't think they'll have quite enough to see off the Dallas Fuel. But I think it will be a really close match. I could see Shanghai beating Dallas, I'm not going to lie. But I gotta back Dallas. I can't go against Dallas right now. They're too good. And then there will be an encore for that match on the Sunday at 5:30 p.m. BST. That is 12:30 in EST, I think. That will also get you your rewards as well. But also stay out of the way of those spoilers, just in case they get you. So, that is your lowdown for the June Joust coming your way this weekend. Rubbish times for EU, but we know it's in Hawaii, so we're expecting that. It's going to be super interesting. And, whew, let's see if these newcomers, New York Excelsior and Atlanta Reign, can cause some surprises. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here for this one. Make sure you check out the Widowmaker skin that's in the Overwatch client right now. It's 200 League tokens, and it looks mighty good. Make sure you don't miss out on that, because it will most likely never come back again. Also, check out the new dev update talking about crossplay. That is coming soon. TM. You know, soon. Whatever. And then also, in the link to the video description are the socials for myself and Illusion Gaming. Twitter, make sure you give them a follow. Make sure you give the Twitch a follow as well. And join the Discords if you wish to have a chat with me or anyone else related to Illusion or myself. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you'd like to give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. See you then.